What is up, beautiful people? Today I have the amazing Sarah Miller with us. We are going to be doing a live where I just teach you guys how to find Subto leads for free, right? I thought I'd do this live because Sarah's not the first person to talk to me about this or want to do this. And I'm like, all right, why not? Like, it's really free. It's really simple. I thought I'd teach this live as well so that it's recorded so I can just send this to anybody next time. If you guys are on Instagram and you actually want to see the process, because I have 14 people on Instagram and 1 on YouTube, come to my YouTube. It's my name. You'll actually see the process happen live. If you guys want to go there, go on to YouTube and you'll actually see everything. So Sarah, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I have COVID, so I already told you this right before this, but everybody, so I'm just gonna sound sore while I'm talking, but it's all good. So let's get into it, right? Um, okay. Okay, so you see my screen.
I do. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's really simple. So like I'm gonna have Sarah look in Columbus, Ohio. I like it. It's a really good cash flow market. We're just gonna go onto Zillow and go to the city. I'm thinking Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna get rid of the boundary because I don't actually care. I'm gonna do for sale. We're just gonna kind of go into a random area. This looks like kind of, probably it's a decent area, right?
Looks like it. A lot of sales.
Ohio. Yeah. We'll have to talk and find out where the good areas are. But I just did research and I was like, I'd like to own houses in Columbus, Ohio. And then we're just gonna click. What's
Sorry.
up?
Is that something you want to look for? Is like a lot of activity in a certain area?
Basically, and just like, I don't know, just like it's hitting like a decent amount of the average home price, right? This might be a lower class area, to be honest. This might be a little bit better. But the reason is so whenever you're doing this, especially if this is a new market for you, you want to be buying houses in good areas, right? Average home price in Columbus, Ohio, right? So it's about 237,000 ish. So like 230, 230, like it's around the average. You want to be around the average generally. Clintonville, wherever the hell this is a nice area because they're starting to go way higher, right?
Yeah.
North Linden is not quite as nice of an area, but that's okay, right? I want to do the average. I'm not, we can do this area a little bit and do downtown. This actually wouldn't be a bad area to we'll do this area just because it might be easier to find out. And so we're gonna see, right? So here's what we're looking for. We're looking for something hasn't been on the market has been on the market for a while, hopefully. And most importantly, we want it to have sold before the date of May 2022, which is when the interest rate hikes went up, right? That's when the interest rates hikes went up. We want it before that date, and we want it to have very little equity. We want it to have almost no equity, right? Within 10%. So, Sarah, tell me real quick. I know you're in Subto, aren't you? Are you in Subto?
No, just Astro.
Just Astro. Why would I want something with no equity? What's your understanding of it?
For like a creative deal, you might be their only option. They might not have enough money to pay a
What would I
realtor.
do with it? What would I do? What happens if I'm trying to sell a house and it has no equity, zero equity?
If you're the homeowner or you like after you bought it.
Yeah, like what happens if I'm trying to sell a house with no equity? What do I have to do?
You have to
Or what
pay to get
happens?
rid of it.
And that sucks, right?
Yeah.
So you have to pay like 20, 30K sometimes, depending on the price of the house, because you have to pay realtors, you have to pay closing costs, all that good stuff. Well, what can a Subto do?
Yeah, and make repairs because if people are getting financing, then certain loans you need to make repairs for it to qualify.
And then, so then how would a Subto work? Would they have to pay in a Subto?
No, because the person buying the sub two would just take over their mortgage. If there's any arrears, they would pay those. So it's a win-win for them because they get rid of their house. They might even get a little bit of cash, but they don't have to pay to sell their house then.
I love it. So cool. So that's what we're looking for, is we're looking for those situations, right? This might be interesting. There's just a lot of forced sales. That's why I'm doing it. So let's see. Price cut, 39 days. Let's see. Okay, that's a flip. You see why that was a flip? I don't know if I went too quickly. If it sold for 94,000 and they're selling for 330,000, then it's a flip, and it looks like it's remodeled.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. So this isn't quite close enough. So this is too recently.
Yeah.
This is really, really recent. So the interest rate is going to be really high on this. And also, you want it to be within 10% of what it's bought for. So if they bought it for 207,000, you want to try to find one where they're trying to sell it for 220,000. You want it to be within 10% because that actually makes the situation that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So literally, we're just going to keep looking for these. So that doubled in value. So literally, I'm just going to keep looking until I find one. They bought this like 6 years ago. That's a new build is what that little shiny thing means. So we don't need to do that. But yeah, it just takes a little while doing this. Tell me what's up.
I'm assuming you don't want the sale to be like too long ago because then they
Not too long. Usually you want it no later than 2020.
Okay.
So
like
this one is really interesting to me.
Okay.
Right? 54 days.
Property tax abatement. What is that?
I have no idea. That would be interesting to find out. It is a really nice house.
Yeah.
And they probably got a really low interest rate on it.
When did they buy it?
They bought it in 2020.
Oh.
So it's interesting.
Oh,
they're at 450 right now.
Yeah.
So I think that actually hits it. 41,500.
Yeah, it does.
It's within 10%. So this is a potential, right? So then what you would do is you just click save, right? And I'll like send you this address, or we'll type it in. I'm going to send it in the private chat.
Okay.
So then that's a really good lead. That's a potential lead right there.
Okay.
Right? Love it. I love how Luke's here. Luke was upset I didn't do my podcast this morning. I was too sick to do it. And I forgot, to be honest, because I am sick. People were like, "Oh, how do I do this?" So anyways, we just found a lead. That took like less than 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Fully remodeled, but they're having trouble selling it. They're within 10%. They did one price change, right? They tried to sell it a year ago too. So they've been trying to sell this for a while, right? They took it off the market for a year, put it back on, and now they realize, oh God, what's going on? How do I sell this thing? Right? There's some reason they need to sell. And it could be a really good potential. I really like this address. I'm curious why this is having trouble selling. It's a great house. It's a huge house, right? So I really like this lead.
What we would do is we would call the agent and kind of ask about the situation, like what's going on, why hasn't this sold, why do they need to sell?
So like what I would do if I were you is I would create a Google sheet when you're doing this on your own.
Okay.
I would create a Google sheet. Oh, in fact, I'll like start the Google sheet for you. Since you're my friend. Address, agent, full name, Oh, Jesus. Purchase price,
Mm-hmm.
listing, sold date, listing price. I would just collect those 5. Oh, and obviously, shit, I would insert that in here. Agent phone number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then so what I would do, for instance, this address, I would take it, put it in there. Boom. I get their name.
And now, are these also, I know when you're looking for cash deals, you're wanting to go directly to the listing agent. Is this the
Yeah,
same case?
100%.
You don't
Yep,
want to use a buyer's agent?
always.
Yeah.
No, never. And you won't really, to be honest. Yeah, because really right now, this isn't an agent outreach business. This is an acquisition of Subto business. What am I
Mm-hmm.
getting? Purchase price. So a purchase for 415,000. Sold date was
January 10th,
January of 2010.
2020.
2020, which is really good, right? I mean, like, it's really interesting how it hasn't been selling, that it really didn't gain any equity over 3 years. That's actually pretty surprising. I would find out there's something happening here,
Yeah.
right? So that's a great lead. So, there's another live that wow, we have 18 people on here. I think that's pretty good. That's solid. The other live I did where I was closing deals, Subto deals
Mhm.
for agents, that was that's where you should watch to learn, like, okay, so what do I say when I call them? Today we're just gonna be lead generating.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's a great lead, right? That was like the 7th house, 8th house, right? It's really easy to find these leads, guys. So this is a coming soon, so it's not as good, but I'm just curious. No, it's sold way too long ago. Let's see. See, like, I'm so curious why that other one's not selling. This one's way more expensive. This is a little too long ago when
Yeah.
it sold. I don't know. They might just be off their knockers. I don't know who.
The sale price is way above what they bought it for.
Yeah. And
Oh wait, are they
okay.
selling that one less than they bought it for?
This one?
Yeah.
No,
Oh no.
no.
Okay.
It's sold in 1987, so
Oh.
that's not gonna happen.
Definitely not.
So that's a flip, probably.
Yeah.
You don't want to worry about if it's not within 10%, don't worry about it. It means they're out of their knockers, and I just don't want you don't waste time on that. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is crazy how many price changes there were. Oh, this is listed for rent. So this is interesting. 620,000, 740,000. I wouldn't add this to the list. I wish there was a way to like do like a maybe later, but like this is too high still, in my opinion.
Like a follow-up
Um,
list.
yeah, like something like that, because it's like 100K. That's too.
Mhm.
It's not within the 10%,
Yeah.
but I would ignore that. Uh, that's that's like a too high. Let's not do one. Let's not do crazy cheap condos. This is interesting.
It
That
is.
would be interesting,
I like
right? I would
to-
add this one. I mean, this one's gonna be. That's probably gonna kill it.
Mhm. Oh,
Honestly,
that's an
if the
apartment.
if the HOA is that much, just
Mhm.
ignore it. It should be like $200 HOA, if anything. If it's 580, it's just Okay, that's either a flip or somebody's just being crazy. That also might be a flip. There's a lot of flips happening here.
Yeah. But that's a good sign though, right?
Yeah, it is a good sign. It means it's a good area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a flip. That's a flip. Damn, you could just be getting buyers here all day. Wow, there's a lot of price changes happening here. This one, it's not within the 10%, but I'm curious what's going on here. This is really interesting to me.
What makes that one interesting? Just all the price changes?
I like that it's multifamily, first off. I like how many I like how long it's been on market. It's been on market 109 days, right? And I just like how many price changes there are. It isn't within the 10%, I do admit.
Yeah, they're dropping the price like every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a way in Zillow to create lists. I don't know.
Oh,
I
kind of
just there
like boards or
it's just
something.
yeah, like there could be like another list that we make that's like a potentially upcoming. Like this one I would give like a month or
Yeah.
two and then call them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like want to forget about it, let's
Yeah.
say.
You could just create, I'm not saying do this now, but like if somebody
Let's
was
do that.
doing this, they could just create a separate Google sheet for those.
Yeah, like I should follow up with these or check in on
Yeah.
these later.
Yeah.
So that's a flip. Uh, okay, that's a flip. That's like way too much. This looks like a flip. I'm also looking at these. Yeah. A lot of these houses look too nice almost. Okay, I don't even know. But anyways, I mean, you just keep doing this for a while. That doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like a real price it's sold at. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are always strange when you see it's like $5,000 or
Yeah.
17,000. Now, when you're looking at these, are you looking for, does it matter if it's turnkey or does it need to have value add potential?
I want it to be at least rentable condition.
Okay.
Uh, like minor repairs, like very cosmetic if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I find this one interesting. It's really new. This would be like a look at it later.
Mm-hmm.
This sold only a year ago, and they're selling again, and they're reaching here. It's only been
Mm-hmm.
on market for 3 days, so it's not like there yet.
Yeah.
But this would be like a follow check in a month or two and see if they
Mm-hmm.
start doing price drops,
Okay.
right? So there could be like another list where it's that. I'm gonna just for now. I want to just see what I can find. No. So it looks like there might be one or two in this little area. It's a lot of price changes. So this is really interesting. Usually, the issue is this sold in 2023, so the interest rate on this is probably pretty high, to be honest. I'm gonna add this one for you on just because I'm like, hold on. Because also the interesting thing is how much do interest rates matter when it's $205,000? Interest rates matter. Hold on, I'm just curious for like for a market like this. Say it's like 6.5. Like, it might still Zillow rental estimator. This is the best way, in my opinion, to find the rent, by the way, of a house. Yeah, it's probably going to be too high. Yeah, you want a lot of cash flow in these markets. But that's like a pretty good thing. If this had sold not so soon, because the interest rate on this, if it was April of this year, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Is there a minimum amount of cash flow that you're looking for between the estimated mortgage payment and
I'd like
rent?
I'd like 300 probably, ideally, or more. This would be a really good practice, but I think the interest rate is going to be too high, which is annoying because that's like a perfect scenario apart from that. It just sold too recently. That one also sold too recently. That might be a flip too, anyways. Like, why is this one? Some of these houses are so much more expensive than others. It's weird. Like, this is crazy, but okay. I also love the multifamily. This is a really good one. I like this one a lot. So sold in 2021, so before the interest rate hikes. That's pretty freaking close, right? What I
Yeah, that's
really like is look
right
how
at
they're only the price changes are only by like $1,000, $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
That means there's a high likelihood there's a VA loan on this.
Oh,
And because otherwise, like that's not going to gain any interest, right?
no.
So what they're doing is they're like, oh my God, please, I don't want him to have to pay anything. This is around the price he'd start paying if he has a VA loan and doesn't have much paid off. So I really like this house, right? And it's a duplex, which is cool. So
I'm curious, why do you say, like, how can you spot it's a VA loan? Like, just because,
I don't actually know. It's just the idea, the fact that they're price dropping it so little makes me feel that way. We can check and see if I'm right. Let's see.
but like, are they dropping the price just a little because with a
They
VA
don't
loan, you don't have to put anything down. So,
exactly. So they really don't want the person to pay.
okay.
Come on, we have this, don't we? Did Tyler delete this? Did he not? Was he like we don't use batch leads anymore? Yeah, he might be. Somebody who has batch leads or prop stream can use it. I don't know if we deleted the batch leads account. I don't know if we were using it. Do we have batch leads still or prop stream? Pretty weird that we don't have that. Maybe Privy tells us. I don't know what he's been deleting or what he's been consider. Oh no. Get Privy now. I don't know what he's been deleting or deciding isn't really that helpful for us because I've been leaving it up to him.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
I don't have either one, or I'd give you my login.
No, there's no worries. I have a login. Why is none of these working? Oh well. Anyways, we could find out if we had one of those. They'd tell us whether there's a VA loan on it or not. But I just get the hunch. I have the hunch that there's a VA loan on it. So I really like this one. So I would 100% hit these people up. I also
Okay,
really like that it's a duplex.
definitely.
Why put all this in there? So that's a great one. So it's super simple, right? I think people think it's hard to find sub 2 deals, but literally, like, we found 2 in like what, 30, 20 minutes? Maybe
Yeah.
20 minutes?
Well, it's
It's a lot
interesting.
easier than people think.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a few things like kind of like clues you need to look for, but it's not hard. I think
Yeah.
just knowing what to look for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was in one sub, or I guess 2 subdivisions too. Like, we didn't even look that
Yeah.
hard, right? So
Yeah.
let's just go a little bit downwards. I'll find like 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
So I
Can you
said
hear
on market.
background noise on me? Like I keep muting myself because I'm sitting outside and there's like, but I don't want it to be distracting. It's like
No,
muting
you're
and
good. You're
okay.
fine. So this one, so this is either a flip or this guy's crazy. One or the other. I just don't know. 450, and what is it listed for? That's too much, I think. It's a low HOA, so it's still possible to make it work. It's not. This could be a waiting list one, but that's sold a while ago. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't feel about that one as well. It's a lot. I want something that's actually. Okay, that's too much. They want too much for that. There's no data on it. HOA is only 100 a month. That's really easy. This is like one that's getting there, but it's not quite there. You know, you still
Yeah.
need more time.
Do you think
That's a
those would be worth calling and seeing if they would do a price cut and do it?
no, because these guys are like 200K over. It's not worth your time, in my opinion.
Oh, oh gosh, I didn't see that. I just was looking at the 50 and the 48.
Yeah, it's not worth it unless they're within 10%. Because the thing you have to realize too is, if it's not an FHA or VA loan,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have some equity, and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to like, because like they have to put something down if it's conventional.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be kind of like, the real question is do they want to lose? Are they okay with losing money, or do they not want to lose any money? Well, a
Mm-hmm.
VA or FHA loan, then it's like, oh wow, I really need to sell this sub 2.
Yeah.
That doesn't even have a sold price on it. That's a flip. It's a flip. That is way higher. 180 days is interesting. That is weird. That's too much. Yeah, that's a flip. Or I don't want anything below 100K, like, just
Mm-hmm.
personally. Like, I wouldn't even click those.
Okay.
Honestly, really anything below 150. What? That's interesting. So too much. Okay. This is weird.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's real.
I
don't
kind
know
of
if this
just
is
want to
real.
call to see what's going on there.
This would be interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what is happening. I would like call and just see what's going on there too.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, like it's crazy. They're trying to sell it 70K below what they bought it for, theoretically. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that would be a sub-2 deal if that's real. But I don't know if that's real. I have no idea.
Yeah. You think it could be
Also,
like
it was public record. It wasn't sold on the MLS. So that's interesting. So there's a lot of weirdness about that. That would be like, I'm curious what's going on here. Because who knows what's happening. It's just strange. It's kind of hard for me to believe. It makes me feel like this is fake, but you never know. Right?
like the 187 is fake.
The 244 is fake.
The 244.
It's just people are usually not willing to lose that much money on a house, generally. I don't want to do the coming soons, really. Lots of price drops, but not there. Lots of price drops, which is good. I don't know what these people think their houses are worth so much for.
Because Zillow told me so.
Maybe. I don't even see a sold price on here. That's a crazy looking house. Look at that.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, but no sold price.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not close enough. Is it for me? Let's see. No, it's not for me. So this little shiny thing means new build, which doesn't help us. Yeah, no. And don't worry about houses more than 1 mil. It's just not what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's got to be a flip. No. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. That's a flip. Lots of flips. This is interesting. This would be like a 4 later one.
Yeah, because that's not.
It's just a little too new.
Yeah, and it
It's
doesn't
like a 4
flip
later one, but
numbers. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe it's a possibility that one later.
Mm-hmm.
These houses that are 879K though probably aren't going to cash flow. This guy didn't sell till 2014. I'm going to find like one more. Okay, that's a flip. This looks like a shithole. This might be too bad a shape. Yeah. Let's flip. So anyways, this is just like a really cheap way of looking for sub-2 leads. Very casually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't need any programs. You don't need anything. Oh, I like this one a lot. Sold for 220,000 in 2021. They're selling it for less than what they bought it for 2 years later. Oh, that's really bad condition though.
It looks like they started a remodel and decided
So
not.
I would actually not like this one because it's just not in rentable condition.
Yeah.
I want them to be in rentable condition. I personally don't want to even deal with a remodel.
Yeah.
The same one. I think that's the same one I was looking at. This would be like a potentially later one, maybe. Again, just this was only listed a month ago. They haven't done any price drops yet. You want it to really be within 10% if possible. No. There's so many flips in this area. This already looks pretty bad shape. That sold a long time ago. So let's see this area. That doesn't look like a condo, but so this is super interesting to me, right? Sold in May of 2021, right before the interest rate hikes, and it's very close. That might not be exactly 10%.
It's pretty dang
It's
close. It
it's
is.
very close though. I think you're at like 270. I think this is like 11% or something. So this would be good enough where I'd be curious what's going on. It's been
Yeah.
on the market 60 days already. Already have done one price drop, you know.
Yeah.
So I would 100% be like, okay, let's write it down, right? I love that it's multifamily. I always love multifamilies.
And it's Section 8 too.
Yeah. Let's look at the
Nice.
condition. Looks good enough.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah. So we found like 4 leads within 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's really simple. It's not nearly as hard as you would think it is. People think it's really hard to find these deals. It's really not. It just takes a little bit of time, but not like in a crazy amount of time.
Hmm. I had no idea to look for any of these things.
Yeah. No, it's no worries. I didn't know you were. I thought for some reason you might also be in Subto, but I was wrong about that, which is okay.
Eventually. Yeah. Eventually I
No
will be.
worries. So, anywho, yeah. So I would get all this info. I'd just create a list, a big
Mhm.
list, and then I would just call every single one.
Mhm.
Obviously, it'd be more efficient if it's a CRM, but also you really don't need to, as long as you keep track of it in Sheets, right? Keep track of where it is with the leads. Maybe have like a notes section, and literally just type out everything that you're hearing about the property and all of
Yeah.
that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You'll basically get watch the other live I did where I went 12 hours straight. I was
Mhm.
basically just closing sub 2 deals.
Yeah. Ooh, where'd you go?
God damn it. Can you hear me? I accidentally clicked the back button.
Oh, okay.
Curious, is this a DTS method? No, this is DTA. So we're getting all of the agents' phone numbers right now, guys. That's what we're doing is we're getting agent phone numbers from Zillow. So those are agent phone numbers, not DTS. So we're still calling the
Mhm.
on market sub 2 finding. Can you explain the 10% thing and show it one more time, please? Well, I've been showing it the entire time, Studio Off. The 10% thing is you want it to have no equity. And Sarah, explain to them why you want this to have no equity.
If they have no equity in the house, then selling traditionally, they're going to have to pay a realtor, closing costs, maybe make repairs. And so they're actually going to have to pay to sell their house. Whereas if they sell it to you, sub two, they're not going to have to pay anything. You pay for the agent, you pay closing costs. And so it's really a win-win for them because they get to move on with their life and not have to pay $30,000 to sell their house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And then I'm also going to send you right now, and I'll show it to everybody, like just a list of questions that you'll need the answers to, right?
Okay.
Once you call these leads. Let me get that to you, and I'll show it to everyone as well.
Mhm.
So this is the list of questions I send everybody that like I want you to get the answer to these
Mhm.
before you send it to me, right? Because I'm gonna help you close these, especially at the
Yeah.
beginning, right, Sarah? But you're gonna like call these people, build the rapport, and you're gonna get the answers to these questions. Is there a mortgage? What's the balance? What is PITI? Any arrears or liens? Is there an HOA? If you have a mortgage statement, can I get that? Did you already give them a cash offer? I mean, for this one, you wouldn't really ever give them a cash offer. You just see if it's good for sub two or not.
Mhm.
What's the motivation, price, condition of the property, vacancy, listing, is this listing agent, no agent, what's ARV, what comps are you using, right? So I'd
Mhm.
want the answers to all of these before you send me a lead,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
And anyone else who's watching and wants to send me leads, I'll buy creative deals anywhere and I'll help you guys close anywhere. I'm helping Sarah out right now, but any of you guys can do this. Any of you guys can do the method I just taught and then get the answer, call the agent, get the answer to these questions, right? If you guys want to see that live, go into Sweet Spot 20. Yep, exactly. That is the sweet spot, Neil. So anywho, Sarah, in the private chat, send me your email. I'll share that Excel file with you. Not
Okay.
always, Neil. Not always. Sometimes it won't. I'd say 2020 to 2022 is the sweet spot, to be honest, or to May 2022. 2020, anywhere in 2020 to May 2022, even 2019, 2018, sometimes they have no equity still. You never know, right? But really 2020 to 2022, mid 2022.
If they have a VA loan, then they might have put nothing down. And if
VA
they
loan means they
have
probably put nothing down. FHA loans mean they put very little down, 3.5%. Conventional, then it gets different. It won't be just a sub two. That's a little harder, but sometimes they want it where they don't want to lose any money. Neil, it depends which market, bro. We're in Columbus, Ohio. Things don't appreciate. If you're in Florida, yeah. If you're in California, yeah. Depends which market. That's the case. So you want to choose markets that are really good cash flow markets and not appreciation markets. That means more likely that it hasn't appreciated at all. More likely works as sub two, and more likely you'll actually get cash flow. So Columbus, Ohio was one we were choosing. Sarah's probably going to do Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati, Ohio, are the two that I really want to do. But yeah, studio. If you want this stuff, go into that live. Go into the live section on my YouTube channel. You'll see me overcome this, right? So
title.
yeah. Anyways, so Sarah, does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's cool to like retrain my brain because I'm like cash flow or not cash flow, cash deals, wholesale, like finding buyers. So retraining my brain to like look at different things. I think it'll be fun. It's a
Yeah, I think
challenge.
you'll like it.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking on, I forget who made the comment, but like learning about different markets, like you spoke to, cash flow markets versus appreciation markets. That's definitely a good thing to like learn about because they're very different. And yeah,
Yeah.
different methods work in different markets.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're good for today. Sarah, do you have any last questions? Does anybody else watching have any last questions before I end this?
No, I kind of ask my questions throughout, um,
Yeah.
but if, if I do have questions, I'll look in your YouTubes first, and then I'll ask you.
Good. All right, guys. I hope that was helpful. I'm glad we did that live, and yeah, I'll see y'all. If you're in Denver, guys, there's a meetup that I have COVID. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go, but there's a meetup I'm hosting. That's this week, Thursday, 5 p.m. DM me if you want the info for that. And next week, I'm gonna be an acquisition manager in my company again, guys. So let me get you guys a link for that. Hold on, where is that? It's in the link. It's in my Instagram. Hold on, I'm gonna get it.
Are you gonna be making calls live?
I'm gonna be making calls live. I'm gonna be running meetings live. You'll get to see how a real business operates.
Nice.
You'll see exactly how I operate my business. So let me give you guys the link for that. You guys should. Ooh. That'll be starting a week from today. So guys, seriously, sign up for it right here. If you want to see exactly how to do a DTA business the right way, you'll see the business, you'll see me do everything, right? Definitely sign up, show up. I'll be doing it 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. It's just going to be a Zoom where you guys get to see me do whatever I normally do, right? Through the entire day. It'll be awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun. So yeah, guys, sign up, use that link right now to get access to it. And so, yeah.
That's super helpful for a lot of people.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
Any last words, Sarah, before I end this?
No, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for streaming this so everybody else could learn too. I appreciate your time. Yeah, it was. It was. I always like to learn new stuff, and this is definitely all new, so it makes it exciting.
I think you'll have fun. We'll get a Subto deal together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys in Scorch the Fears this week, and bye.
Bye.